Disclaimer: the content presented in this project, exploring the vibrant history, culture, and diaspora of the Vietnamese after 1975, is a rich and enlightening resource for educational, historical, and cultural enrichment. It seeks to respectfully document and explore the diverse experiences of individuals and communities affected by the events following the end of the Vietnam War in 1975. This content does not represent the views of any government, political party, or institution, and it is not intended to promote any political agenda. The narratives, interpretations, and perspectives included are drawn from personal accounts, historical research, and cultural documentation. We maintain a steadfastly neutral stance, and while efforts have been made to ensure accuracy and balance, the complexity of historical events means that experiences and opinions may vary. Viewers and readers are encouraged to approach the content with an open mind and a respectful curiosity, which means being open to new perspectives and understanding that different people may have different interpretations of the same events. We welcome constructive dialogue and recognize the importance of honoring all voices affected by the historical events discussed. Your respectful engagement is key to fostering a meaningful exchange of ideas. The Vietnamese people, also known as Kin people, are a Southeast Asian ethnic group primarily originating from North Vietnam and southern China. Before the world knew the tragedy of war, South Vietnam was a land of vibrant cities, lush countryside, and a people full of hope and pride. In the heart of Southeast Asia, this country thrived with a unique culture and a profound sense of community, inviting everyone to be part of its rich history. The Vietnamese diaspora, born from conflict and displacement, has become a powerful force, reshaping cultures and economies across the globe. Their story is one of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring human spirit, a testament to the strength of the human will. Families gathered in bustling markets, children played in sunlit courtyards, and elders shared stories beneath the shade of ancient trees. Life was rich with tradition and celebration. The people of South Vietnam cherished their heritage. Festivals like Tet, the Lunar New Year, filled the streets with music, lanterns, and laughter. Temples and pagodas stood as symbols of faith and resilience. Each day, fishermen set out at dawn, farmers tended to emerald rice paddies, and students filled classrooms with dreams for the future. South Vietnam was a tapestry of daily life, woven with hope and hard work. But everything changed when war cast its shadow. The Vietnamese people would soon face unimaginable challenges, but their spirit would endure. This is the story of South Vietnam, a country that once existed on the world map, but now lives on in the hearts of millions. Their journey is not just a piece of history. It is a living, breathing tale of courage, loss, and incredible strength. In the spring of 1975, Saigon was a city suspended between hope and fear. Crowded streets bustled with anxious families, while government officials hurried through offices, their faces tense with uncertainty. Rumors of the advancing North Vietnamese army swept through markets and homes, and every day the city felt a little more fragile. In homes across the city, families quietly packed their belongings, clothes, photographs, treasured keepsakes, unsure if they would ever return. Children clung to their parents, while elders whispered prayers for safety. The air was thick with the weight of decisions no one wanted to make. Outside, soldiers patrolled the boulevards, their uniforms crisp but their eyes weary. Government officials gathered in urgent meetings, radios crackling with news of the front lines. Some people listened in silence, hoping for reassurance, while others prepared for the worst. As the days passed, the sound of helicopters became a constant presence overhead. Some saw them as a sign of hope, others as a warning that the end was near. One resident later recalled, "We listened for the sound of helicopters, wondering if it meant rescue or the end." In the final days of April, chaos erupted. Crowds surged through the streets, desperate for information. At the U.S. Embassy, lines of people pressed against the gates, clutching documents and children, pleading for a place on the last flights out. As April drew to a close, the streets of Saigon filled with anxious crowds. Soldiers patrolled the boulevards, and the distant thunder of artillery grew louder each night. In quieter corners, families huddled together, listening to radios for news of the outside world. Some said tearful goodbyes to neighbors and friends, not knowing if they would ever meet again. The city was a patchwork of chaos and quiet, hope and heartbreak. On April 30th, 1975, North Vietnamese tanks rolled through the gates of the Independence Palace. The Vietnamese flag was lowered and the city fell silent. For many, it was the end of one world and the uncertain beginning of another. In the days that followed, the first signs of the new regime appeared. New flags, new uniforms, and new rules. Some families fled into the unknown, while others stayed behind, facing an uncertain future with quiet courage. In the final days of April 1975, Saigon was gripped by chaos and fear. Crowds surged at the U.S. Embassy gates. Families clung to each other, desperate for a way out. Helicopters thundered overhead, landing on rooftops and embassy grounds, as American pilots and sailors worked tirelessly to rescue as many as possible before time ran out. In the crush of the crowd, some families were separated, children crying as parents tried to comfort them, friends and neighbors saying hurried goodbyes, not knowing if they would ever meet again. The air was thick with fear, hope, and heartbreak. Pilots and sailors risked their lives, helping refugees board helicopters and boats. Some carried elderly relatives or small children in their arms, while others reached out to strangers, pulling them to safety. The bravery of these rescuers gave hope to those trapped in the chaos. For many, escape by air was impossible. As night fell, families boarded small, overcrowded fishing boats, risking everything for a chance at freedom. The sea was their only hope, and the journey ahead was filled with danger and uncertainty. On the open sea, the boat people faced unimaginable dangers. Storms battered their fragile vessels, and pirates threatened their lives. Many drifted for days or weeks with little food or water, sharing what little they had and praying for rescue as hope faded with each passing wave. In the darkest moments, solidarity and kindness shone through. Refugees comforted frightened children, shared stories to keep hope alive, and helped each other survive. International aid workers appeared on distant shores, distributing food, water, and medical care to the exhausted survivors. The journey was especially hard on children. Many were separated from loved ones, frightened by the waves and storms, but they clung to hope and to each other. Parents whispered promises of a better life, even as they faced the unknown. Yet, even in the darkest hours, the dream of freedom endured. As the sun rose over the ocean, families looked toward the horizon, holding hands and sharing quiet moments of hope. Their courage and resilience would carry them forward, toward new beginnings and a future they could only imagine. For the exhausted refugees who survived perilous journeys by sea or land, stepping into a refugee camp brought a wave of relief and uncertainty. The camps were crowded, with rows of tents and makeshift shelters stretching as far as the eye could see. Daily life was a struggle. Families lined up for food and water, children played with makeshift toys, and aid workers moved through the camp offering medical care and comfort. Despite the hardship, small acts of kindness and community brought hope to many. Each day, families anxiously gathered around bulletin boards, waiting for news. The lists posted there held the names of those approved for resettlement. The waiting was filled with both hope and despair, as some received joyful news while others faced more uncertainty. When a family's name was finally called, emotions ran high, tears of joy, hugs, and sometimes bittersweet goodbyes to friends left behind. The promise of resettlement brought hope for a new life, but also the pain of leaving a community that had become like family. After months or even years in crowded refugee camps, the long-awaited day finally arrived. Families gathered at airports, clutching their few belongings, hearts pounding with hope and fear as they boarded planes to countries they had only dreamed about. When they landed, many were welcomed by sponsors, kind strangers, families, and church groups who offered a helping hand and a place to stay. These sponsors became lifelines, guiding newcomers through their first steps in a foreign land. But the excitement of arrival soon faded as reality set in. Refugees faced language barriers, unfamiliar customs, and the challenge of finding work. Many struggled to understand street signs, fill out job applications, or even ask for directions. Many adults had been respected professionals in Vietnam: doctors, teachers, engineers. In their new homes, their degrees were often not recognized, and they had to start over, taking any job they could find to support their families. There were moments of loneliness and discrimination, but also moments of hope. Refugees found comfort in community gatherings, shared meals, and cultural celebrations. Together, they built new homes and new dreams, one day at a time. Over the years, Vietnamese refugees have become integral parts of their new communities. Their determination and teamwork have led to the opening of bustling restaurants, vibrant grocery stores, and innovative nail salons, businesses that have quickly become neighborhood favorites and helped revitalize entire districts. The entrepreneurial spirit of the diaspora has not only transformed local economies and created jobs, but also fostered a rich cultural exchange, enriching the diversity of our communities. Their success stories are a testament to resilience and the power of community. Neighborhoods like Westminster in California and Houston in Texas blossomed into little Saigons, colorful cultural hubs filled with shops, bakeries, and lively street festivals. These areas became symbols of hope, resilience, and the enduring Vietnamese spirit. As families prospered, they celebrated milestones together, buying their first homes, hosting joyful gatherings, and supporting one another. Community leaders emerged, organizing cultural events and helping newcomers find their way. For many, the proudest moment was becoming a citizen of their new country. These ceremonies were filled with emotion, marking not just a new beginning, but a lasting legacy of perseverance and hope for future generations. In their new countries, far from the land they once called home, Vietnamese families found ways to keep their culture alive. The kitchen became a gathering place, where grandparents, parents, and children cooked traditional dishes together, passing down recipes and stories from one generation to the next. This cultural preservation extended beyond the food, encompassing music, language, and cherished traditions, ensuring a vibrant connection to their heritage. The shared meals, more than just sustenance, were acts of remembrance, preserving the past and instilling hope for the future. They were the cultural practices that strengthened community bonds, fostering a sense of belonging in a foreign land and inviting others to share in their rich heritage. The Vietnamese diaspora has made significant contributions to the global culinary scene, introducing flavors and ingredients that have enriched diverse communities worldwide. Furthermore, their cultural resilience serves as an inspiration, demonstrating the power of community and tradition in the face of adversity. Children learn to speak Vietnamese at home, often attending weekend language schools or cultural classes. Elders taught them about their heritage, from folk tales to the meaning behind important holidays. Community centers, temples, and churches became the heart of Vietnamese neighborhoods. Here, families gathered for cultural performances, religious ceremonies, and vibrant celebrations of Tet and the Mid-Autumn Festival, keeping traditions alive for the next generation. For the younger generation, growing up meant balancing two worlds. At home, they honored Vietnamese customs and language. At school and with friends, they navigated Western culture. This journey was not always easy, but it created a new identity, one that bridges the past and the future. In conclusion, the Vietnamese diaspora has made significant contributions across the globe, leaving a lasting mark. Their achievements, spanning the medical and engineering fields, the arts and entrepreneurship, are a testament to their versatility and, more importantly, their inspiration. Notable figures like Dr. Quyen Nguyen, a pioneering surgeon, and Viet Thanh Nguyen, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, serve as beacons of inspiration, guiding new generations with their success and resilience. Community organizations have built vibrant cultural centers, hosted festivals, and provided support for new immigrants. These achievements are celebrated at events like Tet, where traditions are passed down and the spirit of Vietnam lives on. Even as they build new lives, many maintain strong ties to Vietnam, supporting family, funding schools, and returning to visit their homeland. These connections keep their heritage alive and foster hope for a brighter future. The story of the Vietnamese diaspora is a testament to their resilience, courage, perseverance, and hope. Their journey, marked by these virtues, is not just about surviving, but about rebuilding and thriving. It shows that even after great loss, it is possible to not just survive, but to inspire the world with your achievements. Their legacy is a beacon for future generations, a reminder that hope, unity, and determination can build a new world, no matter where you begin. Their journey of rebuilding and thriving is a source of inspiration for all of us, showing that even in the face of adversity, we can rise and create a better future. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel to support us. By subscribing, you'll never miss our new content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications so you can be the first to watch our latest videos. In the comments below, we encourage you to share your direct or indirect experiences with the Vietnamese people. Your contributions are what make our community vibrant and diverse. You have the potential to inspire others with your stories. You are an integral part of our community. Thank you and see you in the next video.